Hey all, Manix86 again here, continuing the Chosen Sky, the 8% Glitchless tutorial. In the last tutorial, we've defeated the trap lane dogs and we rescued Dorothy, and we were continuing here to the Elmo village. So we go back to the Elmo village. You walk a little bit, and then there's going to be some text here for the pump working again. As soon as we gain control of our characters, we'll go to the pump shed and get Tita back. There we go. Once we get her back, we'll go back and talk to Ms. May at the inn. They'll tell us that we can stay the night and use the spa. So we will go upstairs, take the furthest room down here. Be a little cutscene. Once you get control of the characters, go back downstairs and back here into this door. As soon as you gain control here, you'll walk the same path Dorothy just was, to the left. Here. Interact with the first door here. And then there's going to be a cutscene, so you can basically hold text for quite a bit of it. Famous spa scene. Right, try to leave Elmo, and Dorothy will join us. Perfect. So now we want to make our way back to Zeeth's. You can follow the main road like this. You can turn your camera upwards if you want. That's what I like to do. Then we'll be interrupted here by Zin. Just a short scene. Keep making our way all the way back to Zeiss. So I'm going to talk about this here. You can cut through here, but it's quite dangerous. There's some encounters. I usually follow the main path, but do as you please. It's not a big time save or anything. But there are some places where you can cut in the grass, but there's more enemies. So as soon as you get back to Zeus, go back up the escalators towards the factory. And it's gonna be all in smoke. As soon as you gain control, characters go in. Watch out for this lady. Okay, so we're gonna have to take the emergency stairs. So you want to go to the 3rd floor. So 1, 2, and go into Russell's place. Agate will join us. And we're gonna have to go back up the emergency stairs to the 5th floor. Bit of text here. They take Professor Russell, and we'll have to go all the way back the emergency stairs all the way to the 1st floor. Four, 3, 2, 1. Outside, and it'll be another cutscene trigger. We basically lost them. Okay. So as soon as we gain control of our characters here, we'll take the elevator down to the 1st floor again, and we're going to go to the guild. As soon as you leave, Dorothy leaves us. And now we go to the guild. This time Tita will leave us. Right? So you want to cross to armors and guards over here. And let me just switch my slide for this one. Okay, there's a couple things we can do here. It's all in relation to Agate. So first you're going to top the lady. You're going to buy the Bastard Edge. This one. You're going to press menu, you're going to equip Bastard Edge. And while you're here, take a glance at Agate's CP. If he's under, yeah. Basically, if you're at 50, you want to use 1 jelly bean. Like, regardless, use 1 jelly bean. You shouldn't be ahead of 52 CP here. It means like something went wrong during your run, but As long as it is 50 or more, you're good here. So you're gonna equip the Bastard Edge. You're gonna go to items. You're gonna use one Rainbow Jelly Bean on Agate, just one. You're gonna go to Tactics. You're gonna set S break, and you're gonna change his beat down to Final Break. Really crucial to the run at this point, Final Break. Okay, so buy the Bastard Edge, equip the Bastard Edge, use one Jelly Bean on Agate, and equip his Final Break. So once you do that, you can leave. So if you set, sometimes it can be confusing when you leave here because your camera angle changes all the time. If you use your button that shows the exits, you can see that Trap Plains is up, so that's where we're gonna go. This time we're gonna take a left though, at the first fort. Okay, so this can happen sometimes. I'm glad it did, because yeah, those rabbits sometimes are in weird spots. Okay, just keep following the path once you've turned. Now here we're gonna need to go towards Carnelia. As you can see, it's like over here. So what you can do is, okay, well, don't do that. Try to avoid the fight, but basically make your way towards this exit of Carnelia. You can somewhat hug the right wall, or the left wall, pardon me. Alright, now we're coming up to the Carnelia dogs fight. It's a relatively simple fight, it's just important to do certain things in order. So this is good. When the dogs go first, they group up so you know exactly where they'll be. So the first thing with Joshua doesn't change. You want to do White Gehenna. As you can see, the two left dogs are left out right now, so I'm going to do it here because they'll likely be on the right side of the circle, or the left side of the circle. With Agate, this is where it's a little different. You'll use Wild Rage, which gives 50 CP. And then you'll wait till the rest of the dogs regroup. This is very important. And then you'll cast Final Break. There we go. So as you can see, they need to... Final Break's area is not super huge. It's big enough, but you want to wait for the dogs to all have moved together. You can skip it. Now it does a silly ton of damage. If you have a crit turn on Agate, you can intentionally cast the S-Break on a crit and you won't even need Joshua's turn. And you should never need Estelle's turn here, so just move and skip and let Joshua attack. Finish them all. There you go. That's it for this fight. Let's choose option 1 after the end of the fight, which is default. And we're gonna head into Carnelia Tower. The first thing you'll do is walk across, watch for these big birds. They're annoying encounters. You're going to take this chest, which is black coat. And here we have a menu to do, so I'll switch my slide here. So first, let's go to battle position. So what you'll want to do is, as you can see, we need to move Estelle and Joshua over here. Like this. Estelle on the outside. And you'll move Agate over here. This is important for the next two fights, but particularly the last one, but we're menuing here, so we might as well set it all up now. So what you'll do now is you'll go on Orbs, you'll go to Joshua, you'll remove S6, okay, which is mine 2. And this is confusing because you're going to go to S2 and you're going to put HP2. And S3 you're going to put mine 2 again. This is a very important setup that sets a lot of other things up after. So again, you remove mine 2 from S6 and you put HP2 on S2 and mine 2 on S3. And on Agate, you'll go to S3 and put heal. And on S4 you'll put seal. Not seal, sorry, cast 1. My apologies. There we go. Heal and cast 1. Alright. And what that does is it gives these 2 players blue impact, which is really good for the next fight. So you'll go upstairs, across, and open this chest right here, which is the mine 3 fight. Okay. There's 2 things to look at in the mine. As you can see here, if I go and move, there's these 3 casters. They can either cast, which is what we want, or they can summon these birds that we saw on the map that we don't want. Now, if they summon the birds, you can either choose to run right away or fight your way through it. But they do AoE damage a fair amount to every character, so you might even have to heal if they spawn too many of them. So ideally we'll get no spawns here, so no matter what, your first turn doesn't change regardless what they do. So you'll do blue impact with Joshua on that one. You'll do blue impact with Agate on this one. They're all default targeted based on their positioning, so they just need to be different ones. And with Estelle, you'll arrow storm between all 3 like this. Okay, cast, and cast. So this is the ideal scenario where they're all casting. So your blue impacts will do enough damage. The arrow storm should be enough to kill 2 of them. Go. With Joshua, what you're going to do on the last one is you're going to do craft and you're going to do flicker. So we delay its turn. And you're going to do another blue impact with Agate. There we go. Let me see if I can force, got some save states here. Let me see if I can force the encounter where they spawn some birds. Oops, okay. One save too far, the fight is already over. My menu is already done, right? Yes, it is. Okay. I'm just going to do this quickly until we see a spawn here. It shouldn't take too many attempts. Okay. We got the same things here, so we're going to run away the fight. When I can. Okay, let's try it again. Come on, show me a spawn. Nope. They're not showing me the spawns. So as you can see, there's a more chance that they cast than they don't, which is good. so we don't want that. They're still not happening, huh? They gotta give me at least one spawn here. This is gonna be my last attempt to try to show them because I don't want the video to be too long, but let's hope that they do a spawn here. It's not looking like they will. Okay. So, if you practice this fight, sometimes they'll spawn an enemy that you have to kill as well. The enemy is also weak to water, so just keep spamming your water spells or whatnot. I'm just gonna leave the fight and run a load stage just so I have the right amount of mana and stuff. So they did a lot of repetition here. Okay. File load in. We'll load after the mine 3 is done. So I like to do my menu right here for the next one, as long as you do it before the boss. Let me switch my scene. Go. So there's a couple things to do here. First thing you'll need to do is go to items, go to Jelly Bean, and use 7 on Agate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should have 84 left. On Estelle, oops, you'll go to Orbment and remove Shield S1, or Sleep and Shield S1 and S2. So you remove them. On Joshua, we're gonna go back to his setup that includes his white Gehenna. So blind is 1, EP cut 2 is S2, and then EP1 is S3, and S4 is cast 2, it's already there. S6 you'll want to go to mine 3 this time that we just picked up. And for Agate, on S2 you'll put sleep, and on S3 you'll put shield 1, which is the 2 that you took off of Estelle from. So what that does, if we look at the Orbment, is Estelle has an aerial, Agate has an aerial, and Joshua has white Gehenna. So we have 3 AoE spells for this fight, which is what we want. And you heal if necessary. You can use Joshua's mana to heal here because he's got plenty. He's the only one with healing spells as well right now. You might have a Tira Bomb like this. If you picked it back up, you could use that as well. But yeah, you're already in the Orbment menu, so you might as well heal using Joshua. That's just because the next fight can be pretty nasty in terms of... So once you do that, you go up the stairs. Here you go to the side, there's a bunch of enemies, avoid those. Yes, I want to talk about these steps, I didn't do it yet. So you'll notice that, or maybe I did in chapter 1, but we'll just remind everybody. So when you go with these steps, you'll notice that the transition happens pretty early, it's like right there. If you keep holding the direction that you're supposed to go as soon as you hit the transition, so I'm going to go hold down right here, I can already start moving ahead once it loads. So it's a small time save as opposed to if you stop, you're only here. So yeah, while it's transitioning, hold your decision. Avoid this guy and go up here. And you'll go around here. Avoid the birds. There's many of them here. If you take an encounter there, you try to run away and heal again if needed. Okay. And this is the boss. So since we already did our menu, we'll go right in, but normally you want to do your menu here at the latest. Okay? Because you go up here and it triggers automatically. This is the Jaegars Fight. Damage-wise, it's a scary fight. They can do like... The guy in the back can do a machine gun hit, which hits those two quite a bit. But they should live. There we go. So with Agate, you want to do aerial. And while his aerial is casting, you'll want to do his final break on everybody. With Joshua, you do white Gehenna. Now, with a good roll, you might not need Estelle's aerial, but you want to put it just in case, because this fight goes south if you don't kill them in the first turn. So here he's casting, so I'm going to set up his final break right away. Now with a good white Gehenna, they should die, but they might live too. It's like a couple of hits if they live. See, 2 of them died and 1 of them lived. So that's why you want to do the aerial just in case. Because 1 or all of them could live, depending. You get one of those crit bonuses earlier in the fight, it helps. Yeah, but that's it for the fight. Let me switch my slide here. It's just a little bit of a scene here. You can control our characters here. Now you can do your menu here or until at the point you leave Carnelia. I like to do it right here. It's entirely up to you. So we'll go to battle position. And you're going to take Joshua first. And you're going to press left twice, which will land him right there. You'll press right, go back to Estelle, and press left and up. So that's how you put those two quickly there. But basically on the right you want Agate, Joshua, and Estelle. And to the side you want little Munchkin Tita, which she's already bare the default. You'll go to item, you'll use 4 rainbow jelly beans. Okay, you should be down to 80. And if necessary, you can heal here with Joshua. So you don't want Estelle to die. So I'm just going to do a Tira on Estelle. I could have used the Tira bomb here as a backup as well, which we've picked up earlier. Whatever you like. And we just want to leave in reverse order the tower and avoid fights. And you go this way, stairs, back around here. around these enemies. Around here, and one more enemy to watch out, this one. Okay, and we're out of Carnelia Tower. Okay. Now we'll talk about the infamous Poms Grind. So if you haven't done your menu yet, this is your last chance to do it before you exit here. So we're going to need to farm 9 groups of 3 of Poms, which totals to 27 Poms in total. Fortunately, thanks to Tilt Captain, or I'll just call him Captain because his name recently changed, he found a consistent way to do this 100% of the time. There is a faster way, but it has more risks. So I'm going to show you guys the consistent way, and you can watch, for example, you can watch Revisa's world record run to see the other method. So there's conditions to this fight. First, there's pathing. So like we've covered in previous fights, we need to make sure that the Pom spawns and then we engage him preemptively. That doesn't change. So if you look at my image here on the right, wherever the yellow mark goes is approximately what direction you want to walk, and between the yellow and the green arrow that I put there on the image, that's approximately where he spawns. So you look for the red dot on your map there. Once you encounter, every fight will be the same or almost the same with some conditions. So what's always the same is you'll always use Agate's S-Craft and you'll always use Tita's S-Craft. Joshua does nothing in this fight, and Estelle uses morale where needed. Okay, and after every fight is done, you'll have to use 4 jelly beans on Agate and 4 jelly beans on Tita. You don't have to remember all this right now. I'll cover it after every fight. We essentially have to need to do this 9 times. Now, as you do that, you gain experience, and the conditions of the fights change. So let me put my next line here. Okay. So the conditions of the fight is the first Pom you fight has no conditions, because we have a 200 CP on Tita, so she's going to do a lot of damage, and that will be enough to kill them. So we'll show you that. So first you exit. Check your map. Is the Pom there? Yes, he is. I like to watch my mini-map here to see in what direction that he's going, so I know which angle to attack the preemptive. So since there's no conditions in the first fight, you'll just do Agate and Tita's regardless what the turn order and stuff is. So I usually start with her, and while she's casting and skipping, I start Agate's. And that's it for the first fight. So there's nothing simple, you're doing plenty of damage, you can kill them. So once you kill them, you go back to the Carnelia exit. Okay. And before you go back out, you want to go to items and use 4 jelly beans on each of Agate and Tita. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can save after each fight here if you'd like, until you're comfortable. Alright, so now we go back out and we check. The Pom's not there. We leave it, check again. So before that, let's look at conditions. So the fight Poms number 2 and 3, because Tita is no longer at 200 CP, we can't one-shot them as a group just yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for a turn at the start of the turn order that gives Agate a chance of additional damage. So that's either the exclamation part, the crit, the 10%, or the 50%. And if it's not there, we'll do Estelle's morale first, and then we'll do the S-Crafts. Okay, so Pom is there. Okay. Alright, so as you can see, there's a crit pretty close down there. So what I'm gonna do is gonna skip my characters until they get here. And here I'm gonna cast Tita first. And while she's casting, I'll do Agate. I have to make sure that Agate is casting Zestcraft on the bonus damage. So like this. And you'll see it does quite a bit of damage on Final Break. There we go. So that's enough to kill them, so we didn't need Estelle's morale. So we'll leave. Same thing here, before you go back out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we check for Pom 3. Not there. Not there. Sometimes that can happen. Not there. Okay, now we're not getting good luck. There we go. So Pom number 3 is the same conditions as Pom number 2. So we want a bonus damage on Agate. So there's the one there, there's the 50%, so we'll use it. So you want to skip to where you get close to that. It's like this. So now you can do Tita again. And do Agate third. Alright, so that's 3 Poms. So we haven't needed to use Estelle's morale, which is good. So same thing here, 4 more jelly beans. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you should be down to 56 at this point, and 3 fights done. Now let's look at conditions for fights 4 to 7. Oop, there's a little typo in my thing, and I want to fix it right now. It's not a big typo. There we go. Okay, so fights 4 to 7 is the same thing, except the crit bonus damage can be either Tita or either Agate. It doesn't matter who gets the bonus damage, because we're a bit stronger now. And if there's no bonus damage, then we still have to look for Estelle's morale. So here's fight number 4. Pom is there. Look at my mini-map, he's going this way, so I'll take a little bit of a turn to the side. Okay, so this is a good example. Here you can see there's no damage turns bonuses in vicinity. So what you want to do is skip turn until you get to Estelle. And you're going to go to craft, and you're going to use morale. While you're using morale, cast the Tita and Agate scraps as well. Okay, and the morale is enough to get them to kill these enemies. So you want to remember how many morales you used with Estelle approximately. So that's the first one. Because her CP is going to go down, but her CP is good in the next fight. So, okay, same thing here. 4 jelly beans on Tita. 4 jelly beans on Agate. Okay, we're going to do Pom number 5, same conditions. Probably hard for you guys to see on my feed where the Pom is, but he is there. Okay, so I got a bonus damage over there, so I'm going to use that. Now it doesn't matter who anymore, so I use my comfort, which is 4. I always try to go Tita first if I can, just to stay consistent. So as you can see, strong enough to kill them. That's 5 Poms done. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, palm number 6. Okay, so as you can see there, he became aggressive. Now, I'll talk about this because this can happen. So you basically want to run away if at all cost with at least one there. If you do that, they'll be blinking and you can hit them into their preemptive spot again. If they all run away, they disappear from the map, so you have to go back in Carnelia and make them respawn. So here there's some left. We're gonna engage this time preemptive, I hope. That looked weird. Okay. Alright, we got a crit damage bonus down there, so we'll benefit from that. There we go. Okay, that was palm number 6. Okay, let's look for 7. Not there. Not there. Not there. That can happen sometimes. There he is. Okay, now he's being real aggressive. Oh, that didn't count. I disagree. That looked like a preempt. Maybe I was a little off. There we go. So we got some crit damages here, so we don't have to worry about morale. So we've only used one Estelle morale, which is really good. It means you'll only need to use... Technically, you probably shouldn't need any jelly beans on her on the next fight. We use one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're down to 24 jelly beans and 2 fights left. So the last 2 fights are easy. So Poms 8 and 9 have no conditions. So even without bonus damage turns, Tita and Agate are strong enough. Well, yeah, I should have. I didn't check my map. Smart me. And he wasn't there. There we go. That's number 8. So what you can do here, you can spam as soon as you can. As you can see, no bonus damage, but still enough to kill them. This is the consistent method. So as you can see there's an S-Craft learned at 8 and 9, which is why we're doing that. And there's the last one. Okay. I played that really poorly and now it's a surprise attack. Okay, we're gonna run away. We're gonna engage. Here we go. Alright, and this is it for the Poms Grind. So after you do that 9 times, you'll learn the last S-Craft that we want. I'll show you guys here, I'll slow down the menu. So Estelle learns Barrage. And you see here at the end it says, do you want to set Barrage? And the fight before it said, do you want to set Black Fang? So if you can time your mash properly to set it here right away before you leave the fights, then you won't have to set them later. I personally like to send them later because I just hold my text button and get through these screens as fast as possible. So I'm just gonna hit no for this purpose, but you could hit yes and have them equipped. So as soon as this fight is done, what you want to do is go into your menu, go to Orbment, go to Agate, and remove all his 4 quartz because we'll need them. And then you want to go back to Zeus. Okay, that was really poor fight management on my part. As you can see, even one enemy in a fight does take a handful of seconds away from you. So follow the main path. This is where I'm saying you could cut through that grass here and save a bit of time, but okay, that little muncher was on a mission. So as soon as you get to this split here, Agate will collapse, and then we'll end up into a hospital. And he's not going to be with us in a while, which is why we unequip him. Alright, and now we have to go get some medicine for him, and we'll cover that in the last video of Chapter 3 in the next one. So yeah, practice the Poms Grind. It's a good place to save a lot of time when you get used to it and all the little menus and fights in Carnelia. Also underrated time saves. And thanks for watching this video.